Good afternoon, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between. It is I, your host, Flux Reversal. Oops, I muted myself. Coming at you with another segment of the video game news. Chat Reacts, streaming live from the Houston, Texas sprawl. It's approximately 2:32 p.m. Central Standard Time. Here this hot, muggy, rainy day of July 24th, 2024. 24. Had a little bit of hiccup trying to start, man. I don't know what was wrong. Streaming services weren't picking up my signal. It's probably on my end. I was trying to get right into it because there's a lot of video game news and stuff and industry stuff that's happened over the past couple days since my last news show Monday. And I don't want to take too long beating around the bush. This is Flux Reversal. Anything you want to know or find out about me, you can do so at fluxreversal.com. Even if it's the first time you go there, you type it in and it says it's an unsecure website. It's not. It's a fucking website hosted on Google Sites. All right? So I don't know how much more fucking secure you want to get. Let me see. What else? Oh yeah. So plenty of ways for you to keep up with me if you want to keep up with gaming industry news. My intention is to get you gaming industry news in your ear in a condensed format on a regular basis, because there's really no one-stop shop for gaming news anywhere on the internet, and they don't really talk about this stuff in mainstream media news. They may a little bit, but not much. And, a lot of the stuff I talk about goes pretty much unnoticed, as being considered insignificant. And so that's what I venture to do, is get you this information. What else? Let me see. If you want to keep up with me, like I said, you can do so at many ways at your Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Zitter. If you want to come talk to me, you can do so at my Discord. Just click on this link, you'll get to my Discord. If you want to support me in monetary ways, you can just give me some fucking money. If you want something to show for your monetary contribution, I got bling. I got drip. Let's see. Oh, this last thing. Content warning. Keep in mind, Flux Reversal's live stream is for entertainment purposes only. If you are not entertained, if you don't like what you see and or hear, then why the hell is your dumb ass still here? This is not entertainment for snowflakes. This stream contains vulgarity, profanities, and offensive content. If you can't take a motherfucking joke, then don't watch. But don't come here and bust my balls because you don't like what I'm saying. Just go fucking somewhere else. All right, let's get right into the news. 8-minute mark. Man, I had like a bunch of dead space at the beginning. It just shit wasn't picking up and going. My YouTube stream kicked off right away, but Kick and Twitch were just shit. Restream wasn't getting it to you. All right, so let's get into the game news. Here's some of this casual news type stuff. Oh yeah, in your ears is Carl Casey at White Bat Audio. That's at White Bat Audio on YouTube or whitebataudio.com. He lets people like me use jams for free, as long as you give him some props. All right. Let's bring Mr. Casey down a little bit in the background. And additionally, my news, by the time you hear news from me, it's coming at you like third or fourth hand. I'm just regurgitating articles from reputable news outlets that I follow. So I'm not breaking the news. I'm just getting what I think is relevant. I was going to start off with this inspirational thing. I thought this was cool. Let me mute Mr. Casey. Unmute my browser, which I think is this one. No, that is not my browser button. But this one. There we go. Desktop here.
Who are you and what's your channel about?
Hi, my name is Thor. My channel is Pirate Software. It's about teaching people to make video games and build things on the internet.
What advice do you have for new streamers?
Never stop making stuff. It's really easy to get discouraged when somebody goes and you put a video up and they don't like it and they don't like seeing your stuff and maybe it doesn't get a lot of views. That's great because it shows you something that you can improve upon and then you can move in a better direction. And later, they may find it and enjoy it after they find your other stuff that is much better in the future.
And what if they think like gaming or streaming are saturated already? What should they do?
They should still make things because everyone has their own voice. It's going to be different for each one of you.
Hell yeah, Thor. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah, Thor. What do you think about that, man? I found that on my Zitter feed yesterday. I thought it was pretty inspirational. Thought I'd get it at you. French publisher Red Art Games. Player data exposed in cyber attack. Oh no. Probably using CrowdStrike. Be very vigilant if someone pretends to be Red Art Games contacts you the next few days. I don't even know who the fuck Red Art Games is. I don't even know what they make, but be warned. Riot Games pays tribute to League of Legends voice actor Sam Mowry, who passed away at age 64. Thank you, Sam. Dota 2 and League of Legends voice actor. Oh, also Dota 2. Okay, trying at the letterbox, y'all. Dota 2 and League of Legends voice actor Sam Mowry has died at age 64. According to Mowry's wife and theatrical partner Cindy McGean, he suffered a cardiac arrest over the weekend whilst being prepared for emergency surgery. Gosh damn it. As well as Infamous and Amnesia, The Dark Descents Alexander. Riot Games plays tribute to the actor in a statement posted to its social media channel. Yeah, that's how I found out about it. That I saw this in my feed. Baldur's Gate 3's sex noise specialist is here to voice your Dragon Age the Valgard character. I sit on a throne of moans. Baldur's Gate 3 really had a sex noise specialist. Oh, they should have hired me. Oh, I Mija. I puppy. I. Oh, 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 to give it to me. Oh. Sign me up for that motherfucking job. How do you apply for that job? How do you apply for that job? Oh, how do you go seek out that position? I mean, what's the job listing say? What do you go to porn sites and shit for porn, to post your job listing? Yes. Yeah, I was talking about this yesterday or the day before. Yes. Yes. The 8-day Starliner mission is now in its 7th week. That's right. These motherfuckers were supposed to be in space for 8 days. They've been up there for 7 weeks. And they're Boeing Starliner fucking stranded. Motherfuckers are stranded in space. I don't mean to laugh, but what you gonna do, Boeing? Send a hitman into outer space to keep them quiet? What you gonna do, Boeing? Go silence a whole NASA fucking... what do they call them? The whole center where they mission control. You can go to mission control and spray everybody down. What you gonna do, Boeing? Boeing Space Starliner spacecraft delivered its first crew to the International Space Station early June in a mission that was supposed to last about 8 days. As it approached, problems emerged with some of the Starliner's thrusters. The thrusters are important as they control the direction you fucking go in and where you go. Wow. What else you need to say about that shit? Wow. An algorithm, among the many other things. Okay, Let me restart the title. An algorithm, among the many other things they ruin, is causing stability problems on Intel Core CPUs. Why? I mean, here we are, another media popular catchphrase, AI, algorithms. Man, we never heard this shit used until like modern times, even though they've been around since the motherfucking like 50s. They've been using them since the 50s, 40s and shit, you know? So, I sound smart. I'm using a new word, algorithm. Ooh, AI. So yeah, the Intel Core i7s, the 14th and 13th gen processors are plagued with these. I've got a 12th gen processor, thank goodness. But yeah, Intel have identified the fault behind reported stability issues with their 13th and 14th gen Core CPUs, many of which have been failing after feeding themselves excessive voltages. The blame, Intel told PCT, lies with the same kind of pernicious force that fills your Twitter feed with pillocks. Has turned Google into an AI sodden shell of its former self and keeps making Spotify suggest I listen to 90 different electro swing arrangements of Everybody Wants to Be a Cat. That's right, an algorithm. Okay. In other news, Nintendo revokes Splatoon 3 World Championship win following racist remarks from some winners. The team will not receive trophies. Wow. This from IGN, a little bit better take on it. World Championship after racist message from winners surface. I thought I had a good... I'm probably not going to find it. I'm not sure what the remark is. It doesn't matter. It was probably something that they said that probably doesn't... I don't know. Nintendo cares deeply about our players and our community, and we take our responsibility to uphold our community guidelines seriously, the post reads. Nintendo's move comes after the team's racist message circulated online in early June. Videos and screenshots show members of the team using racist slurs and phrases in Discord messages and calls, with some even sending targeted messages to other players. Wow. What a bunch of piece of fucking shit. Oh, wow. Yeah, racist fucks. Man, you got to understand, if you were raised one way saying one thing, it was probably common and okay. You say, some people it doesn't even occur to them that what they're saying is offensive. I mean, it sounds like in that case, so that we're deliberately being offensive, but there are cases when people, because you don't even know you're being racist. I mean, you have to think about what it is you're saying, be like, oh yeah, oh shit, that's offensive. What the fuck? My grandfather's been saying that all my life. Fuck, you know, that's where I got it from. Damn, I had no idea. I wonder if he knows he's racist. Probably not. Who knows? It doesn't matter. What matters is it's easy to offend somebody these days more so than ever before. And whilst I don't give a flying fuck if what I say offends some modern goddamn nutcupper, I'm not into racism or using hateful speech. I've been accused of using misogynistic speech. I do use terms that are considered misogynistic, but I'm a firm believer in the history of words and the development of a language and the etymology. If you know what etymology is, it's history of words and how they became. And in our progressive society, it blows my motherfucking mind why we still hold on to archaic traditions of vernacular, but we move forward towards things that were supposedly once held in the same disregard as the terminology I use and the words I use. For example, same-sex marriages. They're totally acceptable. Anybody I talk to, anybody I know, anybody out in public, like, yeah. Cool. And I've never had a problem. I mean, I'm not going to tell you my history. Go watch one of my older fucking videos if you want to know about me. I am all of this. Like, oh, I'm stretching as far as I can left and right. This is me. This is me. And over my right hand, I'm holding about the distance of an inch between my thumb and my finger. And that is the amount of me that is my sexuality. My sexuality is but a small portion of who I am. And that's all I'm going to say. Anybody who goes and makes a big deal about their sexual preference and it's their main part of their identity is a fucking shallow-minded goddamn idiot. Okay, so while our society and culture are progressing in ways away from archaic notions and tradition, why are we still holding on to these archaic traditions of vernacular and words? I should be able to call somebody, no matter who they are or what sex they are, a motherfucking piece of shit, bitch ass cunt, and you not taking it in a misogynistic way. Because if you do, you're just a stupid, shallow-minded fuck looking for something to get mad at. You oversensitive bitch. Words evolve. They transform their meanings. Gay, for example, was commonly used and referred to as happy, lighthearted. And I don't know how it came to transition to the reference for a homosexual, but that's what it is now. And you can't say, oh man, I'm feeling light and gay today. You'll get fucking laughed at and ridiculed. Even if you do feel light and gay today. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, our society and culture holds on to these old things, and it's about indoctrination. And I use that word to describe Christian culture. Christian culture is so ingrained and indoctrinated with Western culture here in the United States, especially. We don't even realize how much Christian etiquette that we enforce, thinking it's just proper civilized etiquette when it's not. It's Christian etiquette. Think about it. Christians made up the word fuck. Christians, the Catholic British Church, or the British Orthodox Church, whatever, made up the word fuck. All right? So, don't get mad at me for using a word the church made up. You motherfuckers. It's an acronym. Go look it up yourself. I'm not going to educate you, even though I love educating humans. Okay, so I think we got one last piece of casual news. Right on the topic of what I'm talking about. Twitch updates sexual harassment policy to make it easier to understand. AutoMod has been updated to proactively identify and limit messages that may be inappropriate. Streaming giant bitch-ass motherfucking Twitch said it was making some clarifications to our sexual harassment policy and sharing more about a new AutoMod category designed to flag chat messages that may be blah, blah, blah. While our policy remains largely unchanged, these updates are designed to make the policy easier to understand, the team explained. What you do, you just make a fucking checklist. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. You ain't got to make this big, long, complicated, rhetorical, fucking complicated legal paragraph. Just don't do this. It's okay to do this in certain situations. You know, just a fucking straight basic list. Defining sexual harassment as non-physical behaviors of a sexual nature that cause users to feel uncomfortable, degraded, unsafe, or discourage from participation. The streamer service said. Someone's playing the drums in the next room. I'm sorry if you hear that. Sexual harassment is never okay or acceptable. It harms our community, can make... Okay, yeah. So, this is vague. This is vague. It's all vague rhetoric. It's all vague rhetoric. Rhetoric, which is bullshit. Rhetoric is another word for bullshit. The definition of rhetoric is bullshit and bullshitting. Just talking. These terms of service and rules like this are intentionally kept vague on purpose. so it could be applied to some users and not others. And when I say not others, I mean the motherfuckers bringing in thousands and thousands and thousands of viewers and goddamn money to the fucking platform. Of course. Let's ease up on these guys. Because if they really cared about this shit, they wouldn't allow tits and ass to be shoved in my fucking my fucking face every time I open. Every time you go to like clear your browsing history and stuff, you know how you have more logins, and you go to Twitch for the first time, the first thing on your screen is fucking TNA all day long. I mean, I go there now because I'm logged in with my account, and it's going to show you what my preferences are. I got TNA disabled because if I want TNA, I go to Pornhub. You follow me? If I want to watch porn, I go to Pornhub. I don't come to Twitch to watch my porn, even though I can watch porn on Twitch, technically. Get over yourself. All right. That's it for some news relatively associated with the industry. There's a lot. I got a lot more shit to go over. There's a lot of news today here at the 25-minute mark. Still yakking my jaws. Here's some game stuff. Counter-Strike 2 update plonks new crates on Dust 2, which could be game-changing. All right. All right. Try it again. I'll try it again. The last time I tried, I played Counter-Strike 2 about 3 to 4 months ago. And I actually enjoyed it. And it had been the first time I played it in like 5 years. Because, I mean, I haven't played Counter-Strike 2 yet, but it's the same as, Counter-Strike, whatever. And I had fun. I was progressing and getting kills, but I guess I kind of moved up really fast because the game didn't know what to do with me because I hadn't played yet. So it finally put me in rank with other players. And then I got into these lobbies with bitches just fucking standing there. It's just like, man, is that really what this game is? Just everybody just camping corners with fucking sniper rifles? Because I got to that point running around with the SMG and shotgun, just fucking, I guess everybody I was going against just sucks. I'm just like running around corners like Call of Duty style. I was clearing the map like I'm playing Call of Duty, making the route, rotating, And then I finally got to where people were on my par with my skill, I guess, or the game thought I was. And I was just, every time I rolled a corner, I'm getting sniped in the fucking head. It was just so goddamn retarded. And I remember this is what originally made me quit. This and the hit detection. His hit detection was a lot better because I tried switching up and adapting. It's like, okay, I'm going to try. I'm not just going to be a little bitch and cry, la, la, la. I tried adapting. It's just not my play style. It's fucking boring. It's fucking goddamn boring. I like respawning. I hate Call of Duty. I love Battlefield, but Battlefield's ridden with fucking cheaters. And the new incarnation of Battlefield 2042 has cheat protection. Yeah, it's fine, but the game's a piece of shit. So I get my fix through Overwatch, but I can't play Overwatch right now. Talked about it before. So I've been playing Smite. I gotta have that respawn. Gotta get back into the action. I gotta have some FPS type of whatever to get into. And while Smite is not really, it's kind of. If it was true FPS, I'd be able to fucking swing my mouse around up and down in the air. My crosshair. But anyways, we'll see. We'll see what these new changes are about. Does 2 short boost route. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair change. Right? You see what's going on? That was always a bottleneck. And every time you go around that corner, someone either left or right would fucking snipe you. And so, yeah. That's a fair change. Because you could always jump down if you were up there, but you couldn't. Yeah, that's a fair change. Because you'd have to go back if you weren't sure. Just camp and just get fucking sandwiched sometimes. Yeah. Assassin's Creed Shadows devs address criticism from Japanese fans. Oh my fucking god. What is the issue? Before I comment, let me read it. Because shit like this I mean, you if you follow me, you know what my response is going to be. But let's back up before I jump the gun here and make myself look like a fucking fool. Ubisoft offered a response to some Assassin's Creed Shadows criticism coming from its Japanese fans. The company defended the inclusion of Yasuke as being conducive to its efforts to tell a compelling story, noting that the samurai is just as important to the game's narrative as the Japanese shinobi noi. Okay, hope I said that right. Ubisoft also noted that the Assassin's Creed series was never intended to be an accurate representation of history, but merely an interactive work of historical faction, with Shadows being no different. Yeah. Okay. Science fiction, people. It's make-believe. I hate it when people cry about this stuff. You don't have to apologize to anybody. It's your piece of art. It's your work of art. It's science fiction. The Japanese goddamn culture doesn't even exist in science fiction if they want. You know what I'm saying? They can do that if they want. Don't take it personally. Maybe it doesn't fit their story. Do they have a representation of every goddamn accurate ethnic group in the game? Where, you know, I doubt it. I doubt it. So no offense, I love Japanese culture. Huge weeb. My kids are weebs. My kids are fucking goddamn weebs. I named my kid after an anime. I named my one kid after an anime character and another kid after a comic book character. Come on. Come on. What the fuck is wrong with you, Flux Reversal drugs, dude? I used to be a crackhead. I couldn't help it. Moving right along. Ubisoft apologizes for Assassin's Creed Shadow promotional material that have caused concern. Yes, we just talked about you. Helldivers 2 tackles grief kicking. This is a great... Okay. Stuff like this is why I paid full price for Helldivers 2. It's a great game to just get in there and fucking just spray and pay and shoot shit and get the fuck out. A lot of people play it hardcore and seriously, but it can get redundant. But the devs are great. Their marketing team is great about creating hype and creating FOMO. They're good about making FOMO. I had huge FOMO. Their marketing campaign gave me huge FOMO. Give me such a big fucking FOMO. I paid full price for a goddamn game that's worth $19.99. Full price of the game is $40, $39.99. But they've always been good about this stuff. About staying in touch with their community, having community events, reaching out to players. And the last time we heard about grief kicking was a player that did something, and they made an event about this player, and this player never had a problem finding a group again. So it's pretty fucked up what people do. And apparently what was happening is you'd go through the whole mission with somebody, and they would kick you before the mission was over, and you wouldn't get any credit, experience, or the loot. The loot just being the samples and forget what else. Anyways, Helldivers 2 tackles grief kicking in its massive August update. They changed it. It was still going on, so they fixed it now. If you get kicked, they say, you'll be the host of a new session with all of the team's loot intact from the previous session. So when you get kicked, the opposite happens. Everybody left in the group, the person kicked gets all the loot, and everybody left in the group doesn't get shit. That's fucking awesome. Get them. Get them, Helldivers. All right. Roblox reported over 13,000 incidents to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in 2023. Roblox calls out Bloomberg report saying it contains glaring mischaracterizations and fails to reflect both the complexities of online child safety. Get 'em, Roblox, yeah. Some motherfuckers just have a complete misunderstanding of what goes on in games and online environments and communities. I was really never into video games until online multiplayer emerged, and that's why single-player story games just don't appeal to me. They really don't. I like massively played MMO type, you know, with a lot of players, regardless of the game. I mean, I got my preferences, but you know, World of Warcraft, man, you meet lots of people in World of Warcraft. Rust, you know, you just run around naked and meet people in game. That's fucking great, dog. I love shit like that. EVE Online, man, pfft, come on. Great online social interaction, man. So fucking cool. That's what I love about those games, and those are the type of games that I'm attracted to. And it's through those type of games that things like, sadly, those are the type of games where online abuse and exploitation also occur by virtue and nature of what it is. It's just people interacting with people, and when you feel like you're protected sitting behind a monitor, maybe you'll do things that you wouldn't normally do in public or society. Maybe your inner whatever comes out, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And some people just fucking let all the ugly hang out. You know, the people who shouldn't be allowed to breed. People who jeopardize child safety, for example. I'm not going to go into the details of the article, but you get the drift. Here at the 36-minute mark, we talked about some semi-related news, some directly related game news. Now we got some boring industry stuff. I don't have any fun gameplay stuff or games to introduce to you, but I got a shitload of game industry shit. So let's get through the game industry shit really fast. Won't spend much time on it. Alrighty. Warner Brothers acquires multiverse developer Player First Games. So, of course, Player First was designing the Warner Brother game with all the Warner Brother characters, and that's what multiverse is. It has all the Warner Brother owned IP heroes and characters in a fighting game. I believe that's what multiverse is. I believe it's a fighting game. I don't even fucking know. But yeah, so it makes sense. I'll just go ahead and buy you guys out. That way, we have direct say-so, whatever. Maybe there's problems during development, and they just want to fucking bypass all the bullshit. Here, we just buy you bitches out. Bam. Or maybe maybe Player First Games is having some problems, you know? Maybe they reached out to, like, hey, we're about to capsize over here, dog, you know? And so maybe that's what happened. We'll see what happens. All right, what's next? Forte shuts down Rumble Entertainment, its second studio closure in 2 months. Rumble Games staff were allegedly laid off with 1 month's pay in a Zoom meeting that lasted 5 minutes. So Towers and Titans is probably a mobile game, it looks like, but yeah, that's fucked up. More layoffs. Is this good news? Former Pixelberry devs band together to form Candlelight Games. Founders say they put together a dream team of Pixelberry alums. Okay. I'm beyond thrilled to announce the official debut of Candlelight Games, a brand new narrative game studio. Okay. Story games. Here's a good little piece. SAG-AFTRA is ready to strike again if game companies don't come to the table with a deal to protest jobs against AI. Our resolve is unwavering and should not be tested. That's right, motherfuckers. We got nothing else to do right now because we just won another contract with these other bitches. Woo! We got... Our attention is no longer separated. We can focus on you motherfuckers. Get ready. That's right. Give us fucking money. Greedy ass fucking development conglomerates. Perfect World co-CEOs reportedly resigned. Both CEOs to be replaced by former senior VP. So 2 guys are being replaced by 1. Ooh. I don't even know what game they make. Games they make. Oh, I think they're part of what's the Chinese conglomerate? Reports of mass layoffs at Perfect World emerged last month. Oh, yeah, that's right. Conflicting information was shared about the games currently in development at the studio. Also a publisher and exclusive distributor of Dota 2 and Counter-Strike 2 in China. Oh, that's right. Tencent. They're part of Tencent. Research identifies suspicious behavior on Steam. Did you see this? This is from GameIndustry.biz. This is some mafia shit right here, dog. This is my favorite news outlet for gaming news. Research identifies suspicious behavior on Steam Marketplace that may suggest money laundering. The study found potential manipulation of the marketplace by certain traders in CSGO. Okay, for them to have publicly announced it at this point means they may have already taken action, because why would you want to give the go-ahead in an article that would tip off some criminals that you're trying to catch? You don't even know what they're laundering the money for, you know? Where'd the money come from? So let's spend a little bit of time on it. New research has found suspicious trading activity on Steam Marketplace. Okay, oh, my music. I thought my music stopped. On Steam Marketplace that could suggest it is being used for money laundering. This is according to a recent study in the Forensic Science International Digital Investigation paper. You think my title's long? Which examined the use of video game secondary marketplaces as potential sites of money laundering. The research focused on trades made within Counter-Strike Global Offensive using publicly accessible data to identify the frequency and quantity of trades over a 5-day period in August 2020. By collecting data including the anonymous IDs of sellers and buyers, the item ID, and the trade's value and timestamp, the study investigated the frequency of trades between individuals and item transactions for signs of money laundering. So, they're talking about is ridiculous shit. Something useless put for sale. It's just like the gold sellers in New World. You transfer your money to the guy in World. He gets his cash, his world cash, and then in game he says, you look for this item or whatever, or he says, place this item for sale for this much and I will buy it from you. You will get your gold. It's the same thing. Here's your useless item for a ridiculous, retarded amount of money that nobody would ever pay for, with this exact price point, so we know exactly that's who it is. You see what I'm saying? It's easy to do. It's probably been going on for a long time. I bet you Gabe is the one that notified him. I mean, because they have access to that data. I mean, they keep all that stuff and compile it. They're the ones that probably alerted him to begin with. Capcom has good news for fans. That's right. In this day and age of where you buy a game, a digital copy of a game, and then the company stops supporting it and just cuts off access to it, and you paid for a game that you no longer have now. That's not fucking cool. And over the past years, we've always heard uproar and backlash about it. Did my music stop? Did my music stop? Oh, just a big pause. Just a big pause. Yeah, big long pause. Damn. Fuck. I forgot that Mix has a big long pause in it. I thought it stopped. All right. So, as I was saying, and there's always backlash, and it's usually the console companies that do this. It's always the console companies that do this. All right. The problem is, you know, I want to go play this game, but I can't have access to it. It's not available in my library anymore. Digital purchases from Capcom now. Digital purchase nowadays account. English, talk right. Digital purchases nowadays account for the vast majority of Capcom's game sales. Capcom still isn't giving up on physical game releases, having said as much during a recent shareholder meeting. See, they're still going to make physical copies of games that you can buy if you so desire, because some people care about having copies of that shit. Be that as it may, Capcom's recent publishing activity suggests that most of its future physical releases will be reversed for AAA titles. Huh? Most of its future physical releases will be reversed. Huh? Okay, so for the older shit, they're saying for the older shit, you still got physical copies. I guess I don't understand. It's like it's an oxymoronic statement. Still isn't giving up on physical game releases. Having said that, okay, but recent publishing activity suggests. Okay, so they're saying one thing, but they're doing something else. Very interesting. That's probably why the article came about in the first place. Electronic art devs form new studio to develop a spiritual successor to NBA Street on Unreal Engine 5. Okay. This is long. They're not like Battlefield devs or some shit. All right. The Run got who's this from? Is this from IGN also? Yeah. Titled The Run Got Next. The new project developed by Play-by-Play Studios is a character-driven full-court 3v3 hoops game. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, what's next? About to wrap this bitch up, I think, getting close to the end here. Meeting the people of Peggy, talking age ratings, gambling, and why their famous voice only got 200 pounds. Peggy. Rated 18, Peggy 18, that voice. We're not a group of corporate men in suits trying to stop everybody's fun, they say. I'm not going to get into the details of the article. I thought it was silly. It's a fun article to read, but trying to wrap this bitch up. We're going too long already. David Soliani leaves Ubisoft. Ubisoft Milan's creative director is looking to embark on a new adventure. Yeah, he was with them for 25 years. And I guess he's putting himself out there. I'm available. All right. Ooh, Humble got laid off. Or what's this? Yeah. Humble Games dev told company is shutting down. Humble Games responds and confirms that whilst it is restructuring, it is not shutting down. Okay. Humble Games confirms layoffs amid restructuring, but says Humble Bundle and ongoing projects and upcoming releases aren't affected. Oh, that's what I was worried about. Humble Games owner reportedly tried to sell the publisher twice before turning to mass layoffs and a third party to help manage the slate. Very interesting. And let's wrap it up with this one from PC Games Insider. Epic vet Elaine Tascan is Netflix's new president of games. Interesting. Netflix has hired Tascan as the president of its Netflix game division. The news comes from Variety. All right, so fourth or fifth hand information at this point. 5.5 years at Epic Games, where he was an EVP that oversaw development on the likes of Fortnite. Rocket League and Fall Guys. Wow. Brings 30 years of experience in global video game development, production, licensing, and building studios. Very interesting. Look at this guy. This guy looks like he knows what he's fucking doing, man. This is Flux Reversal, ladies and gentlemen. It is right on the 50-minute mark here. We're wrapping this bitch up. If you were lurking, I appreciate the lurk. If you paid any attention at all, or even if you had me minimized and semi-muted, whatever, I appreciate, because as I've said many times before, your time is the most valuable thing you have. And if you are going to take such a precious commodity of yours and spend it on little old me, I humbly, graciously appreciate it. I wish there was a way for me to show my appreciation more, but just words is all I can do. And I appreciate it. If you're going back and watching the VOD after the fact, I appreciate that also. I'm trying to get some love here, man. I'm trying to get to 20 subs on YouTube, as you can see. Why don't you help a brother out, man? 9 more to go. It's been really climbing here lately, trickling faster than it has in the recent past. So, yeah, help a brother out. I've been kind of stagnant here on Twitch, been holding fast at 56. I need 4 more for 60. Come on, people, help a brother out. What else we got? I think that's it, man. My next show should be Friday. If it's not, it'll definitely be Monday. Sorry it's so long today, because there really was a lot of stuff to talk about and for me to get in your ear. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, my intention is to get you video gaming industry news with a specific lean on towards PC gaming as much as possible to you on a regular basis, as often as possible, and I can never say this, in as much of a condensed format as I can, because you don't need to be here talking about, because I used to do a once a week Wednesday show and they're going for hours and hours and hours, and I would miss stuff, and it was stale old news by the time I finally got to it, like a week later, and if I missed a show, it was like 2 weeks later, and it's just, so this new way I do it is just, pretty much on the fly. I try to get a show to you at least once a week, but most likely it's 2 or 3 times a week. And it's turned out to be just like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type schedule. Rarely have I done it on the weekend. So my next show should be Friday. If not, it'll be Monday. Fluxreversal.com. Ask your mom. Seriously. Walk up to your mother and say, Mom, Flux Reversal told me to ask you about him. I don't. What is that about, Mom? You might want to sit down for your mother's response, because you'd be surprised to know that your mother really does know who I am. Anyways, fluxreversal.com. Ask your mom for all my links and socials. Love me, like me, sub me, hug me. This is Flux Reversal. Game on, motherfuckers.